Welcome back to another episode of Cryotos Maintenance Management. I'm Bruce, and today we've got a fascinating topic that's critical to ensuring smooth operations in any industrial setting. We're diving into preventive maintenance checklists, the unsung heroes of maintenance management. And who better to help us unpack this than Alex, our resident expert on all things maintenance, IoT, and industrial efficiency. Alex, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Bruce. It's always a pleasure to be here, especially when we're talking about something as fundamental and impactful as preventive maintenance.
Absolutely. Preventive maintenance is at the core of keeping operations running smoothly, but creating effective checklists can be a tricky process. So let's get right into it. What exactly makes a preventive maintenance checklist effective, Alex?
Great question, Bruce. The essence of an effective preventive maintenance checklist lies in its ability to provide clear, actionable tasks that can prevent equipment failure before it happens. The key is specificity. When you're creating a checklist, you want to ensure it's tailored to the specific asset or equipment you're maintaining. For example, a checklist for a pump will look different from one for an HVAC system, as each asset has unique maintenance requirements.
Interesting. So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach, right?
Exactly, and one of the best practices is to break down the checklist into categories of tasks that are relevant to the equipment's needs. For example, you could have categories like inspection tasks, lubrication tasks, and cleaning tasks. Each of these categories should include clear instructions and the exact intervals at which these tasks should be performed, whether that's daily, weekly, or monthly.
It sounds like a lot of thought goes into these. Could you walk us through the steps for creating one from scratch?
Sure, I'll give you a step-by-step framework. First, gather your equipment data. You need to know exactly what you're working with: make, model, age, and any relevant specifications. This will guide your checklist structure. Then, you define maintenance goals. Is it about prolonging asset life, ensuring safety, or optimizing performance? That will influence what goes on the checklist. After that, you determine key tasks for each asset. For example, for an HVAC unit, your tasks might include checking refrigerant levels, inspecting filters, or testing thermostat accuracy. Then, set intervals based on manufacturer recommendations, historical data, or even predictive maintenance insights if you have IoT sensors and data analytics in place.
That makes a lot of sense. But what if we want to take it a step further? How do modern technologies like IoT and AI enhance this process? Can they make creating checklists more automated?
Definitely. IoT sensors are game changers in preventive maintenance. They can continuously monitor equipment's health and feed that data into a system. With this, maintenance managers can move from time-based checklists to condition-based maintenance. Imagine, instead of checking an HVAC unit every month, your system alerts you when it detects that the refrigerant level is dropping or the motor is starting to overheat. AI and machine learning also come into play by analyzing historical data to predict the likelihood of a failure before it happens. You can integrate this intelligence into your checklist. For example, if the AI detects that a part is wearing down faster than expected, it could trigger an additional task in the checklist to inspect that part more frequently.
Wow, that's a major leap from traditional methods. So IoT and AI can actually help us not just automate the checklist creation, but also optimize it in real time?
Exactly. It's about moving from reactive to proactive maintenance. The checklist is no longer a static document, but something that evolves based on the asset's condition. This can dramatically reduce unplanned downtime and extend the lifespan of equipment.
That's really powerful. Before we wrap up, what would you say are the top 3 tips for creating a checklist that stands the test of time?
First, keep it specific. The more detailed the task, the less chance of it being skipped or misinterpreted. Second, ensure accessibility. Whether it's digital or paper-based, your team needs to be able to access and update the checklist easily. Finally, regularly review and update your checklists, especially if you're introducing new technology or maintenance practices. A checklist that was effective last year might need some tweaks as technology evolves.
Great insights, Alex. I think we've covered the critical points. Preventive maintenance checklists are such a valuable tool when done right, and leveraging the power of modern technology really seems to take it to the next level.
Absolutely. It's all about reducing downtime and maximizing asset longevity. and the checklist is just the starting point for that journey.
Thanks again for sharing your expertise, Alex, and thank you to all of our listeners for tuning in. Be sure to check out Cryota's CMMS for more innovative solutions to streamline your maintenance operations. Until next time, keep maintaining smarter, not harder.